Hey, my name's Jennifer, and I work with a small grassroots nonprofit here in Western North Carolina called Seek Healing, a small organization that has grown into a pretty big community the past few years with this mission to save lives and prevent deaths of despair from things like drug overdose and suicide by facilitating intentional, meaningful human connection, by creating experiences of community between people. We work with our partners to do these kind of radical new forms of support meetings and community experiences where people can just feel seen and heard and get that sense of family when they've never experienced it before. We've been around for about 4 years now, but the past year has been particularly difficult. After getting our programming honed in, figuring out how to do this thing that's not really being done in mental health right now, in May 2022, we hit a pretty serious cash flow crisis and ended up having to lay off half of our staff. It's been a really difficult year, a pretty emotionally grueling process for all of us. It's hard for me to find words for how amazed I am by how we've pulled together and come through this as a community. Despite everything we've been through, the folks who were laid off during this crisis, the work we've had to do to overcome and restructure our organization. Against the odds, we continued to do our programs and services all summer long, continue to hold connection practice meetings, continue to deliver listening training and the life-transforming experiences people have at these gatherings time and time again, all on a volunteer basis, time donated by our incredible community of facilitators, so that by the end of September, we had still facilitated over 900 community and connection-oriented events just in 2022 alone, still on par with what we had done the year before. Connection really is medicine. It's worth fighting for. It's worth sacrificing for, even when the broken systems that created all the disconnection in the world in the first place are telling us to sit down. I have seen firsthand how we can come together and tell a different story. I see it in my friend who used to be so unable to focus that he couldn't even maintain conversation in a coherent way, who's now gone through SeekHealing's social health professional certification program and facilitates meetings for other people in recovery a couple times a week. To my other friend, who I'll call Matt, who credits Seek Healing with getting their life back on track after the extreme mental health challenges that they experienced as a result of just the systemic trauma inherent in being a transgender person and some of the experiences they had that nearly ended them up in prison. To my friend, who I'll call Lee, who has only been in stable housing the past year after over 10 years navigating their way in the world, experiencing homelessness, who now comes to Seek Healing meetings every single week because it's somewhere where they can really process their feelings without being stigmatized for a lifetime of mental health challenge. We need places where we can come together, see through the social barriers that separate us, and realize how we're all actually facing much of the same things and that we need each other to get through it. This work really matters, and it's making a huge difference here in the communities in Asheville, Waynesville, and other places in Western North Carolina. We're raising money this holiday season to keep our doors open next year, pay rent for the Asheville office. It's going to take about $12,000 for the year. Anything that you're able to give counts. Thank you for being a part of this movement. Whether you make a donation yourself or share this video or talk about why connection is so important to healing trauma with the next friend, loved one, we're all doing this together. It's going to take every single one of us to actually start treating each other the way that makes it feel like this is a world we all actually want to live in rather than escape from. We really are each other's best medicine.